Welcome to GC360, where news comes full circle. I'm Deanna Hamilton.
And I'm Michael Warwick. On today's episode of GC360, an update on the horrifying double murders of an elderly couple on the banks of Lake Oconee almost a year ago. Are authorities making any progress?
And then we talk about the most accomplished basketball player here on campus, Shanteona Keys.
And later, we'll put on our dancing shoes with GC's Swing Dance Association.
On the 15th of April, the last 3 units at the Hartley Branch, Georgia power plant by Lake Sinclair will be shut down for good. Georgia Power says the cost of new environmental regulations would make operating the plant uneconomical. In January 2013, 229 people worked at the plant. Since then, the number of workers has steadily decreased as the power company worked towards closing the plant. Georgia Power says that all employees have been offered new positions within the company, and next comes the task of cleaning up the area, especially the 4 ash ponds created by the burning coal. According to Georgia Power's Senior Communication Director, John O'Brien, no plans have yet been made for the ponds. O'Brien adds that the company is reviewing a possible sale or lease of the site. He says that additional information will be released as soon as possible.
We're going north from the power plant now, to the shores of Lake Oconee. That's where the murder of an elderly couple has been on the agenda of authorities for a long time now. GC360's Jenna Howard and her team went to Putnam County to check on the progress of the investigation.
Almost a year has passed, and authorities remain baffled about a gruesome double murder of an elderly couple on the shores of Lake Oconee. On May 6, 2014, neighbors discovered the scene. Russell J. Derman's decapitated body lay in the garage of his gated Reynolds Plantation lakeside home. Derman was 88 years old.
Her pocketbook was there, the cars were there. Like I said, when I say nothing was disturbed in that house, I mean nothing was disturbed in the house.
No blood spatter was found, suggesting that decapitation was unlikely the cause of death. 10 days later, his wife, Shirley Derman's body, weighed down by a cement block, was found in the lake by fishermen. Investigators believe the crime was targeted, not random.
Regrettably, that's about where we are today, 11 months later, after thousands of interviews and boxes of files, and continuing to look at people while you, even a minute ago when y'all walked in.
Meanwhile, neighbors are left unsettled.
Whoever done it, they come off the lake and got in their house. But I lived in a gated community over there. You know, both of them are nice, respectable place over there.
But Sheriff Sills is determined to solve the case.
So somebody out there knows something somewhere. But until then, we'll keep looking under rocks.
If you have any tips, please call the Putnam County Sheriff Office hotline. This is Jenna Howard reporting.
The Gift Center is reaching out for help. The center is looking for more males on campus to volunteer with a volunteer. The ratio of males who volunteer versus females is quite low. GC360's Ryan Tracy caught up with the Gift Center to see how they're working to change this.
I went to my grandmother's house for Easter lunch, and I was picked up a bunch of stuff my mom had for me.
The Georgia College Gift Center is in need of a few more good men. The Gift Center's main purpose is to connect students with organizations in need of help. With over 90 student-led volunteer programs ranging from helping the disabled to aiding those suffering from natural disasters, the Gift Center is always busy. The Gift Center is succeeding in its main purpose, but who are these volunteers?
A lot of volunteers will come to us just through other groups. It's required that for a lot of service groups, that their members are a registered volunteer.
It turns out most of the volunteers are females. The percentage of males who sign up compared to females is surprisingly low. The community marketing coordinator, Megan Murphy, fills us in on why this is.
Georgia College goes with the national average where 80% of volunteers are women and only 20% are men. That number is extraordinarily different, but the real thing is that that's not accurate because men do volunteer work, they just don't call it volunteer work. So men just say they're helping out or they're just going to go and, assist this friend with something because they got asked to do it.
The Gift Center is aware of this astonishing number of female volunteers compared to males. Having a greater male presence volunteering in the community would give a role model for young boys. Measures are being taken by the Gift Center in order to get more men involved. Christy Johnson, Assistant Director of Community Engagement, reveals their plans.
We're really trying to branch off in the fraternities to try to recruit more of those males to do volunteer work, and also working with communities and schools to get them, some of these males into schools to try to be good mentors for some of the young students, as well as working with the Women's Center and helping with a lot of the programs we have here on campus.
The issue may be hard to fix, especially at a school with a larger female percentage to males. The Gift Center is always trying different ways to gain new volunteers for their causes, regardless of sex. No matter whom you are or your amount of experience, the Gift Center welcomes anyone wanting to commit to something bigger than themselves. This is Ryan Tracy with GC360.
Coming up next, one player on the GC women's basketball team has definitely left her mark here on campus.
You guessed it, we'll be focusing on Shanteona Keys as we highlight the 2014-2015 basketball season. Back with that and more on GC360 Sports. Stay tuned.
I think someone at my friend's school has this thing called autism. My friend's brother's son has autism. My neighbor's son has autism. My son has autism.
Autism is getting closer to home. Today, 1 in 68 children is diagnosed with autism. That's about a 30% increase in 2 years. Learn more at autismspeaks.org/signs.
What if you could invest in the future of kids, like a stock? Not the kind of stock that's about making money, but a stock for social change. A whole new kind of investment called Better Futures. When you invest, it helps kids go to college. Believe in us, invest in us, watch us grow.
My name is Sydney, and I'm your dividend.
Welcome back to GC360. Sports is next, and KJ is here to tell us what's coming up. So KJ, why don't you tell us what's on sports?
Well, Deanna, we have a lot about Shanteona Keys, as you've said. We have a very special package prepared for her. We'll also be reviewing a battle between two of the top 10 nationally ranked softball teams in America right now, D2. And we will look at the Georgia College Bobcats baseball Miracle League game.
All right, awesome. Well, the floor is yours.
Follow me.
Welcome to GC360 Sports. I'm Cole Rogers.
I'm Kelly Miller.
And I am still here. The Georgia College Bobcats softball team was in action Tuesday, March 7th, as they played host to the University of North Georgia. The battle between two top 10 nationally ranked teams was a good one, but the Bobcats lost both games of the doubleheader. The first game saw the Bobcats offense struggle to produce. After allowing 2 runs in the top of the first inning on a 2-out triple by Jessica Finch, the Bobcats trailed the entire game, bringing just 1 runner across the plate in a 3-1 defeat. Marissa Boyette pitched the complete game, notching 8 strikeouts and suffering only her 3rd loss of the season. The second game was much of the same, being a pitcher's duel. Scoreless through 4 innings, North Georgia finally broke through on a double off the wall, plating 2 Nighthawks. GC would attempt to battle back in the bottom of the 7th inning as Frankie Walls hit a 2-out home run to make things interesting. However, with runners at first and second, the final out was recorded and the Bobcats fell 2-1. They will be back in action this weekend as the Bobcats host Lander University at 1 p.m.
The Bobcat baseball team also took the mound for the annual Miracle League game as they took on Emmanuel College. In a slugfest, the Bobcats scored 16 runs on 14 hits, outswinging Emmanuel, which notched 8 runs on 16 hits. The 16-8 victory improves the Bobcat baseball team's record to 21-14 overall. The next matchup will be a 3-game in-conference set at Lander University.
The Georgia Military College softball team hosted Abraham Baldwin Agricultural College on Thursday, March 2nd. The series doubleheader saw the Bulldogs drop the first game 2-1, but the second game was started and then delayed due to weather.
As you know, the Georgia College women's basketball season has come to an end. GC 360 reporter Jennifer Jacobs takes a look at the success of its star player, Shanteona Keys.
The Georgia College women's basketball team had a successful season, making it all the way to the Peach Belt Conference Tournament Championship game. Led by a number of accomplished seniors, the Bobcat women managed to finish the season ranked as the 9th best Division II team in the Southeast region. One of the stars, Shanteona Keys, had a season for the record books. Due to her hard work and success on the court, Keys became the all-time leading scorer in Georgia College women's basketball history. However, she says her success started at a young age.
I was in 6th grade, and I was 11 years old, and I was just looking for something to do. I think I considered cheerleading like the week before, so I just went to a feeder tryout at the middle school, and I think I made it because I was tall and athletic.
Over the course of 4 years, Keys has experienced her share of scheduled practices, but she knew that she had to sacrifice to be the best. She took her own time off to work on her game, often spending days in the gym alone.
I come in and I get shots up on my own for about 30 minutes. We have like an electronic gun, work on my ball handling. Preseason, I did like agility workouts and stuff, working on my footwork and all that. And I have individuals with the coach, so probably at least 20 hours a week.
Coming into the program as a freshman, Shanteona recognized the success of the program in the past. Watching the players before her inspired her to be better.
I didn't know a lot about the Georgia College players that were here before me, but I know Shamir Jordan was someone that was, the key role player before I came here. So of course, you want to be brought up in the same conversation as, the best player that was here before you. So I'd say Shamir Jordan.
In her final game, Keys passed Georgia College Hall of Famer Sharita Ballard for the all-time scoring record. She scored an amazing 1,822 points in her 4-year career, with the final point coming on a free throw in the conference championship game.
There were a few goals that I had coming into this year, and getting the scoring title was definitely one of them. Coming into Georgia College, I definitely did not have that on my radar. But coming out of last year and knowing that I was capable of, scoring the amount of points it would take to get to the all-time leading score record, it became something that was important to me.
In addition to her scoring record, Keys was named first team All-PBC for the 4th time and picked up the Elite 15 honor for the highest GPA among all of the teams in the tournament. Although her days playing for Georgia College are over, she has surely left her mark and will be remembered as one of the best Bobcats to ever lace them up. I'm Jennifer Jacobs, reporting for GC 360.
Well, that's all we have for sports this week here at GC 360. I'm Kelly Miller.
I'm KJ Sinclair.
And I'm Cole Rogers. And after the break, the State Attorney General has found that the Millersville City Council has trampled on open meeting laws. Our team looks at the choices ahead for the embattled City Council.
They said I couldn't dream. Called me a piece of trash and swore that's all I'd ever be. Said a bottle couldn't see the ocean. give up. Go back to the dumpster. But I didn't listen. I made my way. And now, I am what I've always wanted to be.
It's good.
Homemade noodles. Oh. Marty, stop it. Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. It reminds me, I've been thinking maybe we should try a new form of birth control. I heard about this one, it's called the IUD, intrauterine device. Or we could try the patch on your arm. Actually, I think that one goes on your butt.
Bedsider.org has birth control information and a lot more. And it's...
What do you think then? Arm or the butt?
Thank you, dear. Well, you're very supple. Just like I was at your age. Back then, I was a sex expert. Used to call me the buttered biscuit. I know about birth control, too. So you can ask me anything, baby.
Bedsider.org has birth control information and a lot more. And it's...
Have you had sex in this car yet?
Now the latest on a scandal that has rocked the city government of Milledgeville. The state attorney general has declared that the city council violated open meeting laws. The council now faces a tough choice in deciding how to respond. GC360's Caleb Tillman has the story.
State Attorney General Sam Olin says the City Council unlawfully met in closed session on several occasions and failed to adequately notify the public on the topics of those meetings. The Attorney General has presented the Council with a legal document calling for officials to acknowledge their wrongdoing and pay a $3,500 fine. The Council has taken no action yet and refused to comment to GC360 on the situation. The Attorney General's demand stems from the Council's decision to move $5.1 million in city money out of a Milledgeville bank, allegedly as a political retribution against the bank's owner. A special master investigated and declared that officials violated ethics codes and that City Manager Barry Jarrett should step down. Jarrett has refused, and the Council has backed that decision. Citizens have been displeased with the Council's actions.
I felt like he should have been fired. Basically, he stole from us. Like, if I go to a bank and I withdraw $5 million of your money, are you going to be okay with that?
I really don't think that he should still be in office if he did something illegal, and that's something that's against the government.
The Attorney General's demand appears to give the Council an unpalatable choice. Either pay the fine and admit to wrongdoing, or face possible legal action by the state. Attorney Matthew Russing represented a citizens group that brought a legal action against City Manager Jarrett.
So if they decide to not accept the Attorney General's proposal and fight this in court, that's really what's going to come out. The Attorney General is going to seek discovery. They're going to seek some more documents and emails. At least that's likely in a lawsuit. And that's really what they're going to be trying to determine is, was this just accidental? Which is still a violation.
The ethics question is sure to be a hot topic in the city's mayoral election set for June 16th. When we asked City Councilman Walter Reynolds, a rumored mayoral candidate, about the upcoming elections, he was non-committal about running, but expressed hope that the next mayor will prevent unethical actions from occurring in the future.
What I would really like to see is for somebody from the community, a strong community leader, to come forward and make a run for it. Someone who stands for the same principles that I do: integrity, openness, honesty, and transparency.
GC360 will be following this story closely over the next few weeks, and we will keep you informed of new developments in Milledgeville city government. For GC360, I'm Caleb Tillman.
Now let's move to something lighter, or perhaps heavier. Two avid lovers of food are taking on the roles of food connoisseurs and critics by rating the local restaurants in the Milledgeville area. And GC360's Caleb Tillman is back, breaking bread with the duo.
When it comes to most Milledgeville restaurants,
we eat out so much.
We want in Milledgeville Hospital, now Central State Hospital. What do you really see? I think that one of the things we see is the continuing legacies of slavery and racism and how there's a particular culture around that shaped all of American psychiatry.
Along with her research, Dr. Segrest is teaching a class on Central State to undergraduate and graduate students at Georgia College.
The course I'm teaching is Milledgeville and the Mind, which is on the history of Central State Hospital as it's contextualized in not only lots of primary documents and resources, but secondary material on history and the history of psychiatry.
Dr. Segrest's main goal for studying Central State is to record the history and capture the essence of what makes Central State so intriguing.
Many people across the state carry this history in their own psyches, in their families, in their histories, really haven't always had a place to put it. So I really am an advocate of wanting to preserve the history, the artifacts for the history, the documents for the history, and also that remarkable synchronicity once you go out to Central State between the buildings, the cemeteries and gravestones, the artifacts in the museum, the archival material that has to do with it, and just the whole kind of ambience there. I know it's 2,000 acres and 200 buildings, and Baldwin County's got to do something with that so more jobs come in and it increases economic growth. But I do think that there's a place for history in an economic plan, and that people need history, want it, and need this particular history, not only across Georgia, but for what it tells about the whole country and what happens to the mind in Milledgeville.
To learn more about her theories on Central State and upcoming lectures, check out Dr. Segrest's Facebook page entitled Mab Segrest, Drag You to Milledgeville. This is Katie Souther for GC360.
Coming up, we've got your entertainment news.
This week, it's all about dancing. We'll give you an inside look at GC's Swing Dance Association. Veronica's got that coming up. Stay with us.
If you want to be a parent, it doesn't matter how you play, what you wear, how you dance, or even what direction life takes you. You just need to be there. You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care don't need perfection. They just need you.
Can you help me with this? My new dad teaches me all kinds of stuff.
Sure.
He helps me with homework.
That would be 3.6795.
Thanks.
Yep.
He helps me with my decision making.
I wouldn't use this one. Ever.
And he's even teaching me how to drive.
And that's why cars have bumpers.
I'm learning so much.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of kids in foster care will take you just as you are.
Hello and welcome to GC360 Entertainment. I'm Veronica Ulisny. This Saturday, April 11th, Buffingtons will host their first summer concert series at the Oconee River Greenway. Buffington's concert series will welcome the band Hayes and Friends to entertain at the first show. The concert is picnic style and free to all guests. Donations go to the Greenway, Oconee River Greenway Foundation and Summer Concert Series. The series will begin at 6 p.m. and go until 11 p.m. Concerts will be held every second Saturday of the summer. If it rains, the show will move to Buffington's. Many local businesses and organizations will be there, including Z97, WGUR 95.3, the Oconee River Greenway Foundation, and Keeping Baldwin Beautiful. Swing your partner round and round. GC360's Alex Mason dances her way into a Swing Dance Association session. Take a look.
They may not be ready to be on Dancing with the Stars, but they sure are the dancing stars of Milledgeville. Every Monday night, the Swing Dance Association gets together to practice. Anyone is welcome. Students, faculty, or Milledgeville residents.
I mean, it's a ton of fun, and I mean, you look awesome doing it.
Zachary Cook and Haley Brandon have been dancing together for 3 years. Cook serves as the treasurer of the association and Brandon as the vice president. At the session, the students are shown specific moves. Then they practice them on their own. Each session teaches about 5 moves. The sessions are great for any couple wanting to attend a wedding, formal, or even just looking for fun.
So I just went to my girlfriend's sister's wedding this past weekend, and once the music started playing, her and I were able to take the dance floor and do a little swing dance, and people just were like, what the heck is happening right there?
The Swing Dancing Association also performs at Georgia College events.
A couple Saturdays ago, we got to perform at Dance Marathon and International Dinner, and this year I've kind of served as the choreographer for our performance group.
If you're wanting to be the next dancing star at a formal or wedding, then let the Swing Dance Association assist you. I'm Alex Mason reporting for GC360.
That's all this week for entertainment news. I'm Veronica Ulisny. See you next week.
Thanks, Veronica. That's it for us here at GC360. I'm Michael Warwick.
And I'm Deanna Hamilton. We'll see you next week right here on GC360 News.